doing, lovely? I have a new treat for you today. This is the Tarot of the Divine. It's a new deck I'm reading for you guys here. And it features folk tales and fairy tales from all over the world. By the way, my Gemini son is in the living room playing video games, so if you hear him while I'm doing this video, then it's just that Gemini power coming out talking to you. So let's get started and see what comes up for you guys. Wrapping up 2020. We're in an eclipse portal right now. So lots of transformations and changes, lots of things being eclipsed and revealed. What is up, Gemini? Three of Coins. Very much working on your own happiness and definitely avoiding some of this, right? This is definitely just about kind of like marching to the beat of your own drum, literally, which I pulled this card for something else, but this is all about your happiness and channeling that happiness through spirit. Like this is, look at this peacock crown, right? Very powerful, very flamboyant in that way, can be kind of loud, and that's in banging on a drum, and that's the whole thing, is like that's totally some playful, nice, positive energy, but it sometimes kind of has some other people noticing you, and maybe not always in a great way, right? Maybe they want to come cut down some of your happiness, maybe they don't like everything that you're doing. And it just wants you to stay very positive and grounded in that respect. Because the Three of Pentacles is all about collaborating with Spirit. So if Spirit is telling you to be happy, if it's wanting your energy to naturally stay in a happy state, and that's pissing other people off, then it's kind of like, well, oh well. So there's definitely some playful energy here, and at the same time very grounded, very realistic. It wants to bring up these, the star itself as a pentacle, because the star here is the star of Venus, which is actually a star of protection. It's about the 5 elements, earth, water, wind, fire, and then spirit, the 5th element. And so that's where it's just saying, like, definitely let other people kind of handle their elements and their journey and what they're doing, and you just stay in this positive energy here, because that's protective of you and your spirit and in your elements, right? And then we got this 4 of Coins, and the 4 of Coins can definitely be about protection and safety, which could be represented by these vulture wings, or you can kind of flip it the other way and maybe she's captive, right? And she can't get out. And so there's kind of both of these elements coming out in this card. Ooh, look at this beautiful hummingbird up here, though. That's always like a sign of hope. And again, that is a sign of like being playful while you work, because hummingbirds are constantly at work. They're constantly beating their little wings and flying around, and like that's totally Gemini energy, like little air signs. And that's where it's saying, like, sometimes that earth energy can be a little heavy for you. The being realistic and grounded energy and not being so all over the place can be really heavy for you. It can be very confining for you. It can be very safe and structured at the same time, but it's just also very confining at times. And this figure is sheltering another, like a little girl or a package or something special. She's tucked in here with these coins. This vulture feels a little greedy and everything, and so that's where it's kind of like, you can look at it both ways. It's kind of like an overbearing mom energy in a way, or something like that, right? This vulture is just very much like very protective, and sometimes it's a little confining. And at the same time, a 4 of Pentacles can be just very stably grounded. It's just maybe a little bit too heavy of an energy for you at this time. Maybe you need to drop a pentacle, get back to some of that playful energy in this flying around like a hummingbird, right? Queen of Cups. This is like really getting in touch with the depths of some emotions in a very mature and wise way. Definitely a lot of mystery involved with this too. She does not just offer this cup to anybody. She does not reveal what's in this cup to just anybody. And yet she's very psychic and knows a lot of stuff. And so there's the energy just shifted so much. It went from like your general playfulness to like things are a little heavy to like kind of some full-on mystery, like totally the depths of the ocean type thing. And it wants to say though that in the King of Cups in this deck, he is like the true depths of emotion, and she is not superficial. It's just she's kind of like the vastness of the ocean. It just gave, wow, okay, it just gave me the song, deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide. And that's the whole thing, like she's the wide, she is the breadth of the ocean. She is the entire ocean, whereas the King of Cups is like the deep, unconscious depths of spirit and emotion. So this is more of just like the vastness of and it's not just emotion, it is spirit, it's intuition, and that's what I mean. It's like there's just this vastness of kind of potential and the unknown before you. And that's where I think maybe this Four of Pentacles is just so confining, because it's like, look at all the vastness that's available to you. Maybe this particular energy at this time is protecting you, but also confining you from really exploring everything that's around you. And I think you kind of sense that, Gemini. It's just that you're a little confined and you can't explore everything around you because you're a little confined at this time. And you're trying so hard to stay positive and light and happy with it, but at the same time, Spirit really got you in this Pentacles energy, very, very much in the Earth energy. Slow moving energy for a Gemini for sure. And that's where it's kind of like you might just feel like you're floating around in the abyss a little too, just kind of like what am I supposed to be doing, right? What am I supposed to be doing? And there might be a feminine figure then, that Queen of Cups, that comes in to tell you, both of these cards kind of want to come out to kind of tell you you know, some options, or reveal some things to you, because the Queen of Cups is always listening to Spirit. She's very in touch with Spirit. She's like an oracle. So that's the whole thing. It's very much about getting in touch with your inner self so that it can reveal some things to you. This one kind of popped out first and it's upright. So this Five of Coins, again with the Pentacles, you're very much in this energy. A Five of Coins is, as you can see, this is about being shut out from that security. So there's a little bit of a message here about like get out of that confinement. And yet at the same time, then you might feel like you're out in the cold. And this is the little matchstick girl, and she perseveres, and like people come to ask if she needs help, and she kind of turns it away because she's trying to do everything herself. It's a major lesson in that perseverance and your own energy. So on a lighter note, you can master that very well when you're happy. When it comes to these heavier earth energies, Gemini, you start to feel too confined. It starts to get mysterious. And then when you do kind of break out of that confinement, then you feel alone and you feel like you're in the cold. And at the same time, sometimes you need to be there, because then you're learning lessons on how to take care of yourself, how to fend for yourself, how to work hard, and not take handouts from people, basically. And that's kind of what she's doing. You know, she works really hard to sell these matches and everything, and doesn't really accept anyone's charity. And it can be a cold and lonely place at times, but she's very strong, is essentially the whole message that's coming through here. You're very strong. And just definitely in these heavier energies right now for you. And that if you can look at all these pentacles, it's kind of like you can cycle through all of these, right? Get back to your happiness. Okay, let's get a little more grounded. Oh, this is kind of heavy. I don't know if I like this. Let me get out, get on my own. Now I'm like freezing to death, and I'm on my own, which is cool, but now I'm lonely, and now I got to work on some other things, right? 3, 4, 5. What's this last card? And this 2 of Wands. Definitely a Gemini card, right? Like, look at that. Straight up Gemini energy. Got 2 faces. Is talking about kind of like looking both ways, looking in both directions, considering both things, both paths. And that's where I was saying about like perseverance. This is a top platform of whatever temple or what have you he is climbing, and he's almost at the top. Almost at the top. There's a couple of things, maybe a decision, 2 paths to go down. There's something here that's kind of splitting it right down the middle. And Gemini, that's totally you. You're the twins, right? You're the twin sign. So that's the thing, is like you are very much split down the middle about something. And it's like I kind of want to take both faces and just like turn them so that they become one. And that's where it's like you're kind of looking in 2 different directions. Possibly because of this mystery and everything. This thing, I was saying she's the vastness of the ocean. There's the ocean. It's like he's looking in both directions, trying to figure out which one to take. What's the right path to take? There's differences to both faces. There's a little bit of differences for both paths, right? And this one is a metal key, which is funny because my son likes to forge, and he's been learning a lot of metalworking over the past year or so. So there's some of that. And then there's like the actual wand, the wooden wand, which is more fire energy of like passion and inspiration and things like that. And so that's what I mean. There's definitely like some choices, like 2 different ways you can go about things, 2 different paths, but definitely feeling in that Gemini energy. And that's where the Gemini energy needs to both kind of separate for a second and consider both paths, and also therefore needs to bring it all together, right? But you have a vast ocean to explore of opportunities and options and feelings and things like that. And I would say, though, you're kind of stuck over here in this little... So when you can reap the lessons from this 5 of coins about being independent and persevering and working on yourself, then I feel like you can kind of bust out of the confinement and get back to this energy. Once you explore some options and narrow it down, you can maybe make a much easier decision for your path. What's the final card for you guys? 6 of coins, balance. This is the story about the woman who was kind to insects, which is kind of funny because of the fact that most people just kill insects, and this woman chooses to be kind and give to them. And here's a beautiful pentacle card, 3, 4, 5, 6 pentacles. You've got a lot of earth progress here. I feel like you're definitely mastering an earth cycle right now, Gemini. And this is kind of like that next step of that progress. What comes after the 5 of Pentacles? When you've gathered the strength to work on your own and be independent, you've learned how to take care of yourself and make yourself happy. Now it's time to spread that happiness to others. And that creates a really beautiful balance, which gets you friends, keeps friends, just keeps everyone happy, makes yourself happy because you give and someone's appreciative of that, and that gives you a positive boost of energy back. Being abundant, maybe even having some more money, growing yourself, right? Lots of security, just definitely being more nurtured yourself and also nurturing others, which is definitely a whole different vibe off of these other pentacle cards. So you're getting there. Once you've mastered some of these lessons out of these cards, then you can achieve this beautiful balance of giving to others, others give to you, and so on and so forth. This is also a really beautiful kind of grandmother energy here coming in. We're coming up to Christmas time and stuff, so there could be some of that coming in as well. if you're a mom or a grandmother, or if you've got one that obviously comes around during the holidays and stuff like that. This give and take, this balance of nurturing and happiness is what's on the way. So that's where it's like, consider some paths. You have vast options available to you. I really feel like you're mastering that earth cycle. So I think once you kind of learn how to stay happy in your own happiness, no matter what other people are kind of looking on and thinking, learning how to getting out of some confining energy, pushing through once you are free and persevering past that, you get here. And that's six of Pentacles is always a great card. So that's what I got for you, Gemini. Let me know how it resonates for you in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Thank you.